Look at that. I wish I had ketchup. For some reason, I don't have ketchup. But I have mustard on a cheesy brat. Cheese. I love cheese. I have an unhealthy addiction to cheese. Cheesy brat. Anyway, so I'm staying in my kitchen eating cheesy brats after martial arts, thinking about the experiences I've had in my career thus far. And I've had a lot. Um, the very first time I actually hypnotized anyone was in a park. I got in serious trouble for that. It was a huge misunderstanding. The cops were called eventually. But we worked it out. Everything's okay. In fact, I still have the number of the one guy, of the one friend of the other guy who I did hypnotize when I first got into it, and I accidentally called him trying to call my other friend because they have the same name, and apparently my contacts transferred when I got my iPhone, and he was I contacted him. He goes, "Hi," I'm like thinking, you don't sound like my friend, and he goes, "Is this that hypnotist guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Dude, what's up? How you been?" Da 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 da. And it's funny because his friends who I hypnotized were really, really standoffish after that event, and they did their best to avoid eye contact and stay away from me. Which was funny because at the time, my girlfriend at the time went to their school. But anyway, I contacted him and he was like, "Hey, I'd love to hang out and or come see one of your shows." So he'll be coming to my show soon here in South Bend. That's right. Anyone in South Bend who ever sees this, I am planning something secret for you. Something I've been waiting to do for 10 years and I got approved of finally, which I'm happy about. Anyway, I've been thinking about my experiences, back to the main story. And I used to work at a shop downtown South Bend called Mystic Moon Magic, or Mystic Magic Moon, Magic Moon Mist, something with M's and I don't know. Anyway, I used to work at this shop, and this girl came in, this woman, sorry, and she's like, when I told her what I did for an actual living, she goes, "Wait, are you that guy?" And she points to my business cards because I left from there months beforehand. I go, "Yeah." And I was young. I was like just starting in my young 20s, and she goes, "Yeah, I heard about you, and how is it possible that you already have all the hours of training that you need to do to be a certified hypnotherapist?" And I was like, "Well, I was trained through the American Alliance of Hypnotists by Steve G. Jones, Dr. Steve G. Jones. If you know anything about that, you know he's a multimillionaire, highly respected doctor, hypnotherapist, marriage counselor, and teacher." And she was like, "Oh, well, I guess maybe then you're somewhat qualified." But she's thinking I have to do hundreds and hundreds of hours of training, which it does help. That's not how I did it. I did train, just not hundreds and hundreds of it. Um, and that being said, right afterward, I was thinking, like, "Do you want an experience, maybe?" She goes, "Oh, no, 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 no. You don't have to hypnotize me." She goes, "I'm actually, I'm not allowed to let you hypnotize me, or I'm not allowed to be hypnotized." I said, "Why?" I find out, here we go, down the crazy train, or on the crazy train. She's into erotic hypnosis. And not only that, but she has a master. Now, Jay Noblezada is my original trainer. I consider him my Jedi master because he used Jedi, like moves and techniques in our training back in Vegas and San Diego, so I joke and say he's the Jedi master. But he's not my master. He doesn't control me. But she lets this dude, apparently this older guy, like control like who's allowed to hypnotize her, what they're allowed to do, who she's allowed to go see, if she's allowed to go see like hypnosis shows or hypnotherapist. Like, I'm like, you're judging me, someone who went under a doctor. It just blew my mind. Just like, you're judging me. I gotta take a bite. There we go. You're judging me, who got trained under a doctor, who's highly respected, knows what he's doing, and yet you let some older guy control like every aspect about that part of your life. Who you're allowed to let do that, if you're allowed to go certain places and see certain shows, if you're allowed to even communicate with these people. That's a bit much to me. That's my thing. Anyway, that's my spiel. I should have a promo reel of Cliche up in about 24 to 48 hours. I'll also have my first episode of 2015 up, which will also kind of be the same thing. And a bunch of other projects coming that I'm excited for, but I'm also kind of tired. My arm's getting tired of holding this. Whee! So have a good day now wherever you are, and live limitless!